Welcome back to Pagan Pathways for this very special collaboration. Today's collaboration is brought to you by Krafty Leeny and her two co-hosts, DIY with Nadia and Indie Annie Jones. You'll find their links down in the description box, and this is for Breast Cancer Awareness 2020. Shine pink, and let's get to crafting. Here we have two pieces from two different sizes of the 3D wreaths from Dollar Tree. I'm just cutting off the eyes so that it'll lay flat, and then we're going to put it together to make the crescent moon shape, and then we're going to tie it off with some regular wire. We're going to wrap it pretty tightly in two different spots so we get a nice tight hold. We're going to start with some pink yarn, and we're going to wrap this directly in the middle so that we can have a start of a nice pattern. Once we get the pink done, we're going to do gray on both sides. Now you'll need to make sure that you're measuring this out so that you can get it nice and even for your pattern. Next, you're going to take some gray and you're going to wrap around the outside of the crescent moon shape, the entire thing. You do want to add a little bit of hot glue sporadically as you're doing this so it holds nice and tight. Then you're going to take your pink yarn and you're going to do the same thing but on the inside of the crescent moon. You'll also want to use some hot glue here and there just to keep a nice and tight hold. Okay, we're going to take some fishing line that I got at Walmart for $1.87, so very inexpensive, and then some rose quartz chips that are already on a string. We're going to take some of the fishing line, a nice longer piece, and we're going to go directly in the middle of the crescent moon. That's where we'll start at. We're going to tie 3 or 4 knots to make sure it's good and tight and won't just pull off. Then we'll cut off the excess and we'll start adding the rose quartz chips. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add the rose quartz. To do that, you're just going to slide it through the pre-drilled hole. Then you're going to hold the stone toward the top, make a loop, pass the string through like you would on a regular knot while still holding that chip at the top, and pull it tight. This will keep the chip into place. On the next one, I will try to show you just a little bit better so you can see what I'm doing. Now that we're at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and wrap the string around 3 or 4 times. Then we're going to tie it in a knot, and we're going to tie that knot 4 or 5 times to make sure it's good and secure. You want to wrap it, like I said, just to make sure that your string stays nice and tight. And you want to tie it 4 or 5 times to make sure your knot stays into place. As you can see here, it's done and it's pretty full of nice rose quartz. Next, we're going to take this gray colored yarn and we're going to cut lots of strings along with some pink. More pink than gray. The gray we're going to do directly in the middle, and to do that we're going to tie a lark's head knot. So as you can see, I stuck the top of the loop through the hoop, and then I put the tail in through and pulled it tight. Let me show you that one more time. You're gonna take your string and you're gonna make it even at the end. You're gonna pull up to the top and make a loop. You're gonna stick it around the top of the crescent moon. You're gonna stick the tail in through that loop, and then you're gonna pull it tight. The pattern I did was the gray in the middle and pink on both sides. Pretty simple. You can do this any way you choose. This was just the way I chose. I will say the crystal quartz I used is rose quartz, like I said. They are $3.99 for the strand that you've seen at Hobby Lobby, but on a 50% off day, it makes them $2. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is tape this off to give it a haircut so it's all even. When I pull up the tape, I had missed a few, so I just go ahead and trim it up. Don't worry, if you make a mistake, you can always fix it. Here you see I have the feathers laid out the way I like them, and I'm going to go ahead and start applying them. To do so, I'm going to use white pony beads. I just slide the pony bead right onto the yarn, and then I slide the feather into it tightly and cut off the excess. In a second though, you're going to see that I didn't like just one pony bead, so I ended up adding 3. Same concept. I remove the feather, I add all 3 pony beads, and then I slide the feather into the pony beads until it's nice and tight, and I cut off the excess. For this next part, we're going to put a pentagram right in the middle of that crescent moon. To do that, I'm going to use my protractor and make myself a star that's good and even. Then I will put that right in the middle of this circle, and I will mark all the points with a pen. I will then take the pink yarn and I will start at the very top point. I will tie a double knot and then go to the next point, wrap it around, the next point, wrap it around, and so on till I get to the last point where I will also tie another double knot. Alright, for the last step, we need to go ahead and make our hanger. To do that, I'm going to use some of the gray yarn. I'm just going to double knot it on both sides to the length I think is correct, and then I'm going to cut off all the excess. And that's it. Voila, we're finished. I do hope you enjoyed this project as much as I enjoyed doing it. Thank you, Krafty Leeny, for the open invitation for this amazing cause. Alright, witches, I'm going to get out of here. I do hope you have a blessed day, and we'll talk soon.